And welcome to another episode of the Tar Heels Insider Podcast. I'm your host, Grant Chachere, bringing you all the latest news in regards to your North Carolina Tar Heels. And I'm also the lead beat writer for North Carolina Tar Heels on SI. So if you're wondering why I'm not wearing a college shirt and wearing a Nirvana shirt, and by the way, I'm a huge fan of Nirvana, and really just the whole grunge scene in Seattle in the 90s. It's because in about 3 hours, my plane will be leaving here from the Triangle, and it will be flying over to the Bay, uh, really the San Francisco Bay Area, or the Bay Area, or the Bay, or the Yay. Um, you know, the Yay. That's another name for the Bay. I went to high school out there, so. But anyway, that doesn't matter, right? In 3 hours, I will be flying to the Bay Area to go cover the Cal and UNC game. Uh, should be a fun one. Should be a great, really kind of a relaxation time for me. Not well, business slash leisure, because of course business we're going over the Cal game, but also gives me time to see some family and friends, of course. So it's always good. To kind of go back to a place where you had some fond memories. Of course, I'm from New Orleans. That has been mentioned many times before, but the Bay Area kind of holds a special place in my heart. So it was great to go back there. And also Cal. Um, my dad used to coach there. He coached there for 4 years. He coached there all 4 years of my high school time. During when I was in high school, he coached all 4 years. It was one of the few spots where we were able to stay for 4 years. So a lot of fun memories in Cal and Berkeley at California Memorial Stadium. There's still some employees. There's still some people that still work in the athletic department and work with the football team that are still there from when my dad used to coach there. He last coached in 2016. So there's still some people there that have been working for 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years. So it's really cool to go back to Berkeley. I kind of ironic that I'm covering North Carolina and then I'm covering a game where they're playing against Cal, where a team that my dad coached. But anyway, so that's why I'm wearing the Nirvana shirt. I'm actually going to leave for the airport in about 45 minutes to an hour. But I wanted to get this quick podcast in, to get a little quick preview of the Cal game, so this way I can stay up for the entire day. To kind of go over what Cal's road. They're 4-2. They start off the season 3-0. They won against Minnesota. Minnesota and Oregon State to start off the year. They also beat Texas Southern, but that's not that important. But then they've lost two of their last three games. They lost the first game they lost to was against San Diego State, where they got shut out 35-0. The following week, I believe they beat Boston College 20-24. And then they got slaughtered by Duke, 45-21. Really, Cal was up, I believe, 21-7 at one point. 14, yeah, they're up 21-7, and then Cal scored. What was it? So they had 38 unanswered points. So Cal's kind of been on. Had pretty much had an up and down year. We still put up solid numbers for their passing game. They're averaging 255 yards per game, which is 48th in the country. However, the rest of the offense is great. Total offense, they average 351.7 yards per game. That is 15th in the SEC, 15th out of 17 teams in the ACC, and it's 96th nationally. 24.2 points per game in scoring offense, which is 14th in the ACC and 93rd nationally. And then, of course, their rushing attack is one of the worst in the country, 15th in the out of the teams in the ACC, and then also 119th nationally. So they've kind of struggled on offense a bit at times, although they do have a decent passing game. Their rushing attack has been so far this year. 3.1 yards per carry, which is 127th nationally. They're also allowed 2.33 sacks per game, which is also in the bottom half of the ACC. They've allowed 5.67 tackles for loss per game, which again, of course, also is 12th in the ACC, but also 58th nationally. So, not really the best of offenses, but they do have a decent quarterback in Jaron uh, Jaron Kiave Sagapolu-Tele. So Jaron Kiave Sagapolu-Tele. He's the quarterback for Cal. It's probably best to call him JKS because a lot of vowels in that name. But he's a true freshman. He's completed 62.2% of his passes for 1,479 yards with 9 touchdowns. But he also had 7 interceptions. He's very turnover prone. He's thrown interceptions when he had a clean pocket. He's thrown interceptions when he didn't have a clean pocket. So, and on top of that, his offensive line hasn't really been the greatest so far this year. So he's got a little bit of happy feet, which would bode well for North Carolina. Running back, you get Kendrick Raphael, 93 rushes for 414 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's also had 23 broken tackles throughout the year, which is more than UNC as a team, by the way. Receiving core, you got Tron Griselle, 6'4", 205, 24 catches for 400 yards and a touchdown. And Jacob DeJesus, 34 catches, which is team high for 301 yards and 2 touchdowns. And you also have Mason Maney, who has not dropped a ball all season, 26 catches for 279 yards and 3 touchdowns, which is a team high. And then he averages 4.33 catches per game. So he's going to get the ball thrown to him a good bit against UNC on Friday night. Defensively, some players you got to watch out for. TJ Bush coming off the edge, 21 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, and 3 sacks. Got 2 really good linebackers, K. Uluave and Luke Forelli. K. Uluave has 52 tackles, 6.5 tackles for loss, and a sack. Luke Forelli also has 45 tackles, 2.5 tackles for loss, a sack, and an interception. At cornerback, you got Hezekiah Masses, 24 tackles, a tackle for loss, a tackle for loss, 4 interceptions, which is tied for 3rd in the country, and he also has 6 pass breakups. Brent Austin also has 3 pass breakups and a forced fumble. And then the rest of the defensive backfield, you got Cam Sidney at nickelback. You got Drew Polidor and Aiden Monotai at safety. And Cal's defense is better than this offense. After I just rattled off all the defense guys. But they're good. They're good at total defense. Like they're 6th in the ACC and 42nd nationally, 5th in the ACC in passing defense. Rushing defense needs some work, but they're 9th in the ACC. But they're only allowing 223 yards per game. They've done a decent job all around. However, they struggle to get penetration in the backfield, trying to create sacks and tackles for loss. And then also the red zone defense hasn't been great either. They're 10th in the ACC and 92nd nationally. So that's going to wrap up your Cal preview. Oh, boy. The allergies, man. That's going to wrap up our Cal preview. It's going to be short and sweet. I got to get going here to leave for California. So I just want to do this quick podcast, get this up to you guys so you can view it. And also we're going to be releasing a lot of Cal content throughout the day. So make sure to stay tuned at North Carolina Tar Heels on SI. It's just si.com/college/UNC, and that's where our website's going to pop up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.